shining a light on suicide prevention and where to find help.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Amy DuPont.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death worldwide, but there is help. This week is National Suicide Prevention Week, a week dedicated to raising awareness about suicide and its warning signs.
News 8 Now's Dua Israr spoke to La Crosse officials about the resources that are available.
Ken, last year, La Crosse County set a record with 26 suicide-related deaths. Interim La Crosse County Medical Examiner Beth Lubinsky says that's a record she hopes never breaks. So far this year, 13 people have died by suicide. Carla Lundeen is the director of Great Rivers 211, a crisis hotline. She says the numbers are alarming, but there are ways to recognize when someone needs help. Lundeen says look for warning signs such as a change in behavior or withdrawal from friends and family.
You'll get this feeling in your gut that this person's behaviors or the way they're acting is just different.
Other signs include talking about suicide or feeling like a burden on people or society. According to Lundeen, this year alone, 211 has taken 1,250 calls related to suicidal thoughts. Lundeen, often there is stigma. People who commit suicide are selfish or choose the easy way out. She says most times people are just looking for someone to reach out and listen, and the only way to remove that stigma is to raise awareness about suicide prevention.
Yeah, all right, thank you, Dua. If you or someone you know needs help, it is available.
You can contact the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988.
Making running water walk. That is the goal of the Coon Creek Community Watershed Council. That group is celebrating 1 year of working with area farmers and landowners.
After the record flooding in 2018 and other flooding events in following years, community members living in and near Coon Valley decided to create the Watershed Council. They're taking strategies developed in the 1930s by the Civilian Conservation Corps, along with newer practices to help reduce soil erosion and slow floodwaters.
We got introduced to cover crops, keeping roots in the ground, which increases infiltration, things that people can do. We've seen different farming practices that can be implemented.
One member of the Watershed Council has been living on his farm for 70 years and started using no-tilling practices roughly 15 years ago to conserve the soil. He says he's going to continue trying new ways to prevent soil erosion.
There's other things I'm going to try, cover crops this year that I haven't done because of the watershed. Yeah, it's an extra cost, but it builds the soil up, holds the soil in place.
And the more soil farmers can keep in place on the slopes of the bluffs, the more they can slow down rainwater and help prevent flash flooding.
The Watershed Council is having a celebration tomorrow evening to mark their first year together. There's going to be food, live music, and a rainfall simulator to help educate visitors about the conservation practices. Everything starts at 6 at the Coon Valley Veterans Memorial Park.
Now, I wasn't here for the 2018 flooding. I've seen footage, of course, but even in the years since, their baseball field had been completely submerged by just random flooding. So it's really an issue that they've been dealing with for many years now.
Yeah, an incredibly dangerous bill. We talk about this a lot, Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl, because people don't understand how powerful water really is.
Yeah, and it's no secret around here, going back to August of '07, really the last 15 years, we are no stranger to very heavy rainfall events in this tri-state area. No rain today, another seasonable day, mid to upper 70s for most, 81 the warm spot out at the La Crosse Airport, 80 in Black River Falls, 79 in Eau Claire. Mostly sunny after some low clouds and patchy fog this morning. Just a few clouds scattered about, but those will just harmlessly glide by this evening. 80 degrees still in La Crosse, 78 in Eau Claire, 77 in Winona, 79 in Black River Falls, 77 in Decorah and Prairie du Chien. Mostly clear tonight, a little bit muggier. Lows around 61 degrees in La Crosse. Many of you will dip into the 50s. Some patchy fog possible again late tonight into early tomorrow, as the winds will be on the light side. Again, that low in La Crosse right around 61 degrees. Warmer for tomorrow through Friday. I'll talk about that and our next chance for some rain with my 8-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Bill.
Well, the Republican candidate for Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District says it's unfair for many working families to have to abide by President Biden's newest loan forgiveness policy. Derek Van Orden hosted a roundtable in La Crosse today for blue-collar workers to express themselves.
It's patently unfair for the United States government to compel the folks that are in this room to pay $2,500 out of their pocket to pay off someone else's degree that they their college debt that they voluntarily took out. It's just unfair.
The roundtable event comes as President Biden spent his Labor Day weekend in Wisconsin at Labor Fest. Biden announced last month that federal student loan borrowers making less than $125,000 a year would be eligible to have up to $10,000 forgiven, with others eligible for up to $20,000 forgiven.
Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate Mandela Barnes is meeting with labor leaders and workers in Green Bay. The current lieutenant governor emphasized his support for organized labor and says rebuilding the middle class and lowering costs are important to his vision for a state. Barnes was noticeably absent during President Biden's appearance at Labor Fest on Labor Day. Today, Barnes is explaining why he didn't join the president in Milwaukee.
We were actually in Racine, took groceries down to striking UAW workers, people who've been out there for about 120 days or more, and that's where my priority has been.
Barnes also reaffirmed his stance on abortion, saying it's about personal freedom, and he says the Supreme Court has wrongly taken away that freedom.
Today is the first day of classes at Western Technical College.
Western Technical College's president, Roger Stanford, walked around campus to greet the incoming students. He says it's important for the college to instill a sense of belonging.
Well, we have a belief in what's called first choice service. Our vision is to be the college of first choice. And so we do everything we can to make sure that people feel welcomed, because belonging's a very real deal. And we want everybody here to feel welcomed at Western.
This also hosted a resource block party for students at the Cleary Courtyard. Free food, prizes, and haircuts were available for those who attended.
I've heard of free food and prizes, the haircuts.
That's a little new one.
Yeah,
right?
It's very nice. I wouldn't mind that. Still to come, a major milestone.
The White House says its COVID response team has turned a corner in its work with vaccines.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Jolivet Family Farms. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Jolivet's homegrown triple sweet corn is picked fresh daily. Join us Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our roasted sweet corn and charcoal brats. Jolivet's also features homegrown carrots, sweet onions, peppers, beets, cabbage, dill, tomatoes, cucumbers, blueberries, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
My name is Heather Loudon. I was officially diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma. Overall, the care that I received at Toma Health was top-notch.
Here at Toma Health, we provide IV therapy for patients receiving hydration, blood transfusions, all the way up to complex situations like chemotherapy and biologics.
When you need intravenous care, Toma Health offers compassionate infusion therapy.
Toma Health, offering quality care close to home.
River Cafe is basically a breakfast and lunch. It's been great. You know, with her backing us up, and I met Mr. Farmer and the rest of the crew at Park Bank. It's been fantastic. We couldn't have done it without them. A lot of ups and downs, but she made it happen.
She kept her feet on the
ground. They both did.
I believed in the story. I believed in them and their ability to make this happen and be successful.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our community safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
The White House COVID-19 response team says the U.S. has reached what it calls a major pandemic milestone, approving updated vaccines that match the version of the virus that is currently spreading.
However, the CDC also says every day there's still an average of 4,500 COVID hospitalizations and 375 COVID-related deaths.
With the rollout of the new bivalent COVID vaccines now underway, the White House COVID-19 response team has a message for Americans 12 and older.
Get your updated COVID-19 shot as soon as you are eligible.
Federal officials say by the end of this week, 90% of Americans will be within a 5-mile radius of the new reformulated vaccines, which combine parts of the original vaccine with components that target Omicron subvariants BA4 and BA5. Those strains account for 99% of the circulating virus.
For the first time since December of 2020, these vaccines, our vaccines, have caught up with the virus.
Health experts say, barring a major curveball, it looks like we'll eventually treat COVID like the flu, with a vaccine each year matched to the strains in circulation.
For a large majority of Americans, we are moving to a point where a single annual COVID shot should provide a high degree of protection against serious illness all year.
High-risk Americans, including the elderly, may continue to need more frequent vaccinations. Officials are also calling on Congress for more funding.
We are trying to constantly stay ahead of this. We're trying to be able to look around the corner. It gets tougher and tougher as you get fewer and fewer resources.
The government website that offered free at-home COVID tests has already shut down because of a lack of funding. Dan Lieberman, CBS News, New York.
Those new vaccines will likely become available for children under 12, but later this fall.
Well, Stepping Out in Pink is this Saturday in La Crosse, the annual event raising money for breast cancer research. And experts say that research is crucial for doctors to better treat their patients. Medical professionals at Gunderson continue researching ways to allow for specific treatment for each patient. While doctors in the past may have treated the cancer as if it impacts all women the same, precision medicine in the last decade now allows doctors to cater more to the individual.
We're really trying to understand the genetic differences between these tumors so that we can offer patients specific treatments that are tailored for the disease that they actually have rather than the average disease that the average breast cancer patient tends to have.
Dr. Kenny also expressed his excitement for Stepping Out in Pink this weekend as it brings a lot of awareness for breast cancer.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services is expanding its eligibility for a monkeypox vaccine. As of today, 63 cases of that disease have been identified in Wisconsin. Nearly 98% of those cases are in men. With about 58 sites administering the vaccine here in Wisconsin, the Department of Health Services is calling upon all vaccinators to expand their outreach efforts to communities that are being hit the hardest. People eligible now include anyone identified as known contacts by public health officials, as well as people who had a sexual partner in the past 14 days diagnosed with monkeypox. We listed the full list of eligibility criteria on news8000.com. The DHS warns people to stay clear of anyone who has tested positive for monkeypox, even if they're feeling better, because they might still be infectious.
To be infectious for as long as they have skin lesions. So someone whose skin lesions are not completely healed can be considered to be infectious or contagious to others, even if they're feeling a lot better or not having any new symptoms.
The
DHS has ordered any and all vaccines allowed by the federal government. As of now, there are a total of 3,800 vials of the vaccine available in Wisconsin.
Well, getting kids out the door ready to tackle a full day at school can be tricky, and what you're packing in the lunch boxes can make a big difference. But Gunderson health officials say there's another meal that can be just as important. They say implementing a healthy, balanced breakfast into the morning routine can go a long way towards kids' success at school.
Breakfast consumption can help with concentration in school, like I said before, energy, and then they also found that it might help improve test scores and memory.
Nutritionists also
not a classroom, but in a school building.
Wash produce or cook to start introducing them to some healthier options.
I did something right today as a parent. We all had breakfast before school.
Excellent. I knew you were going to be thinking about that.
I know when I was reading this, I was laughing so hard because it's the snacks. I'm like, oh gosh, what's healthy, can sit in the locker. But we had what my grandma would say, some oatmeal because it sticks to your ribs.
That it
Ever heard that?
I have heard that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not a big oatmeal guy, but I get the appeal for sure.
Yeah. Coming up on News 8 now at 5, the Boy Scouts are recruiting new members.
What activities Scout members can expect after the break.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grawl. Some summer-like temperatures in store for the second half of the work week. All the details coming up next.
A water furnace geothermal system can provide extra warmth to your home. Tired of a cold bathroom? This shower has heated floors, walls, and a heated bench. Stay warm. Call Flox Heating and Air Conditioning for your free estimate.
Don't get left in the dark. Save now with 11% off Generac at Menards. Get power, reliability, and peace of mind anywhere with our selection of portable generators, inverters, and whole house generators. They provide reliable electricity for any situation. On the work site, camping, or in the event of a power outage. Get easy-to-use, reliable power anywhere with 11% off all Generac generators and inverters now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Come shop at Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. 3 showrooms with over 50,000 square feet of home and cabin furniture. Recliners and lift chairs, mattresses, dining room, sectional sofas, and love seats. Our cabin furniture features made in the USA Amish rustic furniture with an up north feel, all handcrafted with real wood. Great prices with affordable delivery, or take it home today. Family and veteran owned, over 25 years in business. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Think crime is bad now? Mandela Barnes would make it worse. Barnes would eliminate cash bail even after the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, supports amnesty and sanctuary cities for illegals, and had worked for a radical group that wants to defund the police. Barnes has a long record of smearing police while spending your tax dollars on security for himself. Mandela Barnes, wrong on crime, dangerous for Wisconsin. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
No one goes all in on made-from-scratch freshness like Papa Murphy's. We go all in on quality, all in on craft. And on the Triple Pep Pizza, we go all in on pepperoni. Because when you go all in, people notice. Go all in with a limited-time Triple Pep Pizza, topped with 3 types of pepperoni for just $11.99. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Lemonade for 50 cents or lemonade for 10 cents. You can buy a gas furnace that's 95% efficient or a water furnace geothermal system that's 500% efficient. You choose. Call Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/news8000. Or you can always find us at news8000.com. Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
New school year is underway, and if you're looking for something new to try, the Scouts are recruiting new members.
The Gateway Council is accepting new members. Local boys and girls between kindergarten and 5th grade are encouraged to join. Through Scouts, they'll do community service, go on field trips, hear from guest speakers, and take part in traditional scouting events like the Pinewood Derby.
Scout Executive Joe Carlson says Scouts is a great event because kids and their families take part together.
Unlike a lot of other activities, this is something that you and your child are going to be able to do together, creating memories and having new experiences side by side.
Scouts pay yearly dues, but financial help is available. You can enroll in person and online. We'll post a link at news8000.com.
The Pinewood Derby, that is so iconic for that organization. I love looking at that old car in the background of that video. Very cool. Today, though, would be a great day to do anything outside. Be a little bit warmer than we had over the weekend, and I don't think anybody's complaining.
Yeah, we started with a cloud cover, but it gradually kind of broke apart as the day progressed. As our City Cam 8 time-lapse proves, we had blue sky and some fair weather clouds scattered about during the afternoon, and temperatures did manage 81 degrees here in La Crosse, but most of you in the mid to upper 70s for highs, which is pretty typical of this time of year. 60 the low, 79 and 58 are the averages, 101 and 41 are the records, and no rainfall for today once again. Now, current temperature 80 degrees out at the airport, that partly cloudy sky, 80 degrees downtown at the station as well. Winds out of the southwest at 6, and the Mississippi falling to right around 5 feet. Eau Claire, you are at 78 degrees, dew point at 60, winds are calm, and the Chippewa River holding steady, 759.1. Again, we are watching that heat out to the west, and that's the warmer air that we tapped in a little bit today, but we're really going to tap into it tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, with highs well into the 80s in most spots. Now, right now we're at 80 degrees in La Crosse, mid to upper 70s in most surrounding communities. A little bit of humidity, probably noticed that if you're out and about, between about 60 and 64 degrees in many spots, and that does put us in the sticky range. So we'll be a little bit muggier tonight. Keep that in mind if you want to keep the windows open that you might feel a little bit of humidity, but temperatures will be pretty refreshing once again in the 50s to lower 60s. Winds are light or calm, and that trend should continue overnight. So like this morning, we may see some of the low cloudiness and patchy fog, but also like this morning, most of the thicker fog confined to southeastern parts of the state. Again, maybe reducing visibility to a few miles in some of our locations, and any fog that develops will quickly mix out by 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Otherwise, not much happening. High pressure in control. The main storm track well to the north, taking most of the systems across Canada, and that's why we've been dry as of late, and that's why Sky Tracker's pretty quiet. Again, just some low clouds, patchy fog tomorrow morning, much like this morning, and then much sunshine, plenty of sunshine throughout the day. Tomorrow night, just a few clouds scooting by. Otherwise, lots of sunshine again for our Thursday. A little breezy as well. South to southwesterly winds 10 to 20, gusting to 25 miles per hour for our Thursday. Look at these highs, though, between about 81 and 85 degrees across the county, right around 85 in the La Crosse area. Low to mid 80s will be common down to the south, and more of the same as we head back to the north. 83 in Blair and Whitehall. Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls right around 83 or 84 degrees. So for tonight, mostly clear. A small chance for some patchy fog in spots. Lows in La Crosse around 61. Fairly bright moon as it's starting to get full. 85 tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny and warmer. And we're going to stay warm. Breezy Thursday, 87. Friday, 86. Next chance of rain not until Friday night, and a slight chance of showers at least on Saturday. Cooler for the weekend, though. Low to mid 70s for highs. Just a small chance of showers on Sunday. Staying in the 70s, but dry next Monday and Tuesday. Back around 81 by the middle of next week. But boy, the next 3 days is going to feel more summer-like than September-like.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Hopefully all the schools, and I don't know where we are with this right now, they have AC, because those classrooms, though, can get a little bit hot by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay. Well, still to come, a bit of a spirited transformation.
The new convenience option launching on La Crosse's south side.
Wednesday on News 8 Now this morning, with gas prices going down, food truck owners feel a little relieved to have more wiggle room for other expenses. And a new government report shows the job market remains strong and more people are looking for work. Derek and I will see you right here tomorrow at 5 a.m. We hope you have a great Tuesday night. More News 8 Now is coming up after the break.
CityCam 8 is brought to you by The Board Store. Ever wonder what a bath remodel would do for your soul? Rejoice! The Board Store can help you find that joy with a new tub or shower or a complete bath remodel. Call or visit today.
Inflation, it's everywhere. But with the buy one Famous Star, get another one for $1 deal at Hardee's,
there's finally some relief.
Bite into the Famous Star today, only at Hardee's.
The weekend to-do list. It's a lot easier with the help of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Attachments connect with ease, so you can knock out every task on your list. Whether you're moving earth, leveling a path, or mowing and mulching, one thing you're not doing is wrestling with the attachments. So you actually have time to enjoy your space and work on planning the next big project. John Deere 1 Series compact tractors. Versatile, easy, and affordable. Find yours at Tractor Central.
It's a John Deere day.
Like most people, I bust my butt day in and day out. I earn every dime of my paycheck. It's the Wisconsin way.
But Governor Tony Evers supports paying welfare benefits to people who won't work, even after they turn down job offers.
That's a disgrace.
That's a disgrace.
It's a slap in the face to hardworking people like us.
Tony Evers should know better.
Tony Evers should know better, but he doesn't.
Tony Evers, our failed liberal governor.
Goodwill starts with you every time you shop and donate. Your support opens the door to new opportunities and creates possibilities for people with barriers to employment. When you shop Goodwill, you'll find home decor, clothing that fits your unique style, and other one-of-a-kind treasures. You'll also keep items out of the landfill, all while supporting job training, financial coaching, and more. When you shop at and donate to Goodwill, you open doors to possibilities for neighbors in your community. Goodwill starts with you.
Next to Market Watch, numbers. Boring. In more delicious news, there's a buy one Famous Star, get one for $1 deal at Hardee's.
Bite into the Famous Star today, only at Hardee's.
We're with EGOT winner Jennifer Hudson gearing up for her daytime talk debut. Next, ET.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
Well, a new lacrosse Quick Trip wants you to raise a glass.
Prost. The company held a ribbon cutting ceremony at its new Quick Spirits location that's on South Ave. This is only the third store of its kind. Quick Spirits on South Ave customers can expect to find a variety of cigars, wine, and beer not usually available at a traditional Quick Trip.
Years ago, there used to be corner liquor stores and that kind of thing, and this kind of presents that same sort of experience where you can have casual dining, where you can have casual browsing experience, have a larger selection.
And to thank the community for its support, Quick Trip has gifted checks of $1,000 each to the La Crosse Fire and Police Departments.
Nice. We're going to have a preview of what's coming up at 6 right after this.
And of course, Bill will have another look at tonight's forecast.
Did you know Tim Michaels pledged to cut millions from public schools?
We're already throwing so much money at education.
He'll drain classrooms and gut school funding. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Get ready to shake, rattle, and roll on over to the 25th Annual Elvis Explosion, September 9th, 10th, and 11th, live at the La Crosse Center. Come and witness over 40 tribute artists battle it out for over $25,000 in cash and prizes. Tickets are available at the box office, Ticketmaster.com, or days of shows. That's the Elvis Explosion, September 9th, 10th, and 11th at the La Crosse Center. And I'll see you there. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Habitat for Humanity La Crosse area, New Ground, Cooley Region Ecoscapes, and Grow La Crosse are proud to announce the launch of Phase 1, an exciting new project to revitalize La Crosse and make it an even better place to live, work, and play. Help support us in getting this project completed. Join us for a ribbon cutting on September 10th to learn more about the project and why it's important to the community. Information can be found at habitatlacrosse.org/renewtheblock.
Did you know Tim Michaels supports allowing teenagers to buy AR-15s with no waiting period?
I throw guns.
Teenagers with assault weapons. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. Millions sweltering under triple-digit temperatures as an explosive and deadly wildfire in California forces thousands to evacuate. Plus, the body of a missing teacher who was out jogging has been found. An update on the investigation into her abduction. And our interview with Hillary Clinton and what she told us about another run for the White House. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Up on News 8 now at 6, paving the way. A La Crosse woman broke gender barriers during Vietnam in the Air Force, and now she is getting ready to take to the air again, this time on the trip of a lifetime with the Freedom Honor Flight. We will share her barrier-breaking story tonight at 6.
And a nice, almost summer-like evening for outdoor plans out there. Temperature is still 80 degrees in La Crosse. Most of you in the mid to upper 70s, just a few clouds scattered about. We will drop through the 60s overnight, bottoming out around 61 in La Crosse. Watch out for some patchy fog late tonight, early tomorrow. Otherwise, warm the next 3 days. Highs well into the 80s.
I like it. All right, thank you, Bill. Thanks so much for joining us.
We appreciate your time. We hope you'll join us again at 6.